Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sneha, and today I thought I'll share some of the products I've recently picked up both from the drugstore and also from high-end brands. By the way, if you are curious about this eye look, it will be coming up I think sometime next week. It's using one of the newer palettes that I've purchased. So let's get started with the haul. If you're in the UK and if you're not aware, Viseart, which is one of my favorite brands, it's like in the top 5 brands of eyeshadows for me. So Viseart is here at Selfridges, so the whole team of Viseart is here. And they have a pop-up store in Selfridges on Oxford Street. So they've been there since this last Monday, so May 12th. And they're going to be there for 4 weeks. So in case you haven't checked them out, I would highly recommend going and checking out their products. They truly make some of the best eyeshadows, especially matte eyeshadows. So of course I went there on day 1, the launch date, and I did pick up a few goodies. So the first product I picked up is this Petite Pro 2 palette. So the packaging is the same as the original. Let me get that. So as I was saying, the packaging is the same between the Pro 1, Volume 1 and Pro 2, except for on the back, the first one had like a director's chair, which is the logo of Viseart, while the second one has some more instructions and information and expiry date and all of that for this particular palette. So these are what the palettes look like. They do differ quite a bit in the tones. The first one, in my opinion, was more neutral to on the cooler side, some of the shades especially of the browns, whereas this one definitely is more warm toned, I feel. So I have created this look using this Petite Pro Volume 2, and it's going to come up next week in my 3 looks using this little palette. So if you're interested in that, don't forget to check back in. But I do have swatches of this and also swatches where I'm comparing it with the Petite Pro 1 already on my Instagram. So if you're not following me there, consider doing so. My username is beautylashes19. Now when I went to Viseart, I went in with the intention of checking out a few products. So I of course wanted to check out the New Theory palettes, so both the shade Siren and Absinthe, and I did check them out, but the palettes were not available for sale because they were stuck in customs. But I could see the sample palettes just to test them out and swatch them. Again, if you're interested in swatches for these palettes, they're already up on my Instagram. And I did want to pick up Siren. It was a beautiful warm tone palette, but I wasn't able to. But that's something I am planning to add to my collection later on. And the other products that I did want to test out and look at were their eye primer and their setting powder, and also the Grande Pro Volume 1 palette. But unfortunately, they did not have the eye primer nor the setting powder. So that kind of made my purchase decisions easy. So I will pick these up later on from an online store once I get my pro discount. Oh, and by the way, in case you're again not following me on Instagram, I did mention that I am joining a hair and makeup course. It also includes special effects, airbrushing, all of that. So it's a full pro course that I'm taking up next month. So I will discuss some of this towards the end of this video, where I do want to share some of my plans for my channel in the next 2 months. So basically while I'm doing that course. Anyway, so I did also check out the Viseart Grande Pro, and it did come home with me. So it comes in this outer packaging, which is, I don't know, it's like a cardboard, but it also has this nice, I don't know, very sturdy material finish, I guess. Sorry if I'm not helpful, but I'm horrible at describing things. But this is what the outer packaging looks like. And on the back here, you have a similar sticker like the Petite Pro 2 had. And then this is the palette. And this just slides off from this. I don't want to put it in, it sometimes gets stuck in there. This is what the palette looks like outside. Again, classic Viseart packaging, love it. It has that folding easel, I don't know how you can say it, but that packaging. And then when you open it up, you do get a decent sized mirror and this foil on top, not a foil, a plastic cover. And when you open it, these are what the shades look like. I'm just going to bring it closer so you can appreciate the shadows. Again, if you'd like an in-depth review on this, let me know, but I know there's a bunch of people who've already done it, but you can surely expect some tutorials with that palette in the near future because I love Viseart eyeshadows. And if you know me, you know already what shades typically drew me to this palette. It definitely has to be this one. Anything bright, colorful, and if that's the quality of Viseart eyeshadows in a matte formula, I had to get it. So even though I have so many of the other neutral, warm, editorial palettes, I still had to get this because of this row mainly. Also, since I'm doing the makeup and hair course, I will start freelancing soon, so I thought it would be a good addition because it would be lovely to use on various skin tones, and I know Viseart eyeshadows do not disappoint, so this was an investment and definitely worth it in my opinion. And if I didn't mention, the Petite Pro 2 palette retails for £24 in the UK, while the Grande Pro Volume 1 retails for, I believe, £130 is what I paid for it. And I did get some insider news that Viseart is coming out with the Petite Pro Volume 3 palette in a month or so. So I'm expecting more summery, colorful eyeshadows, but I have no idea what they are. And I hope the layout is still the same, where we have 4 mattes and 4 shimmery eyeshadows. And of course, eventually they will come out with a Volume 2 for the Grande Pro as well, but they're still making the eyeshadows because I think for this one they said that the eyeshadows were making it for, I think she said 1.5 years or 2 years. So I think it's going to be a while, probably next year, that we'll see the Volume 2 for the Grande Pro. So that's all the expensive stuff done. And on the way back from Selfridges or Viseart, there is an Inglot store, so I had to stop by. I mainly wanted to ask them about their pro discount program and also check out some of their products. So I did end up buying 2 things. The first one is an Amc Pure Pigment, and it is stunning. This is what it looks like. So it's like this purple, blue, pink kind of a shift pigment, and it looks absolutely stunning when I swatched it in the store, so this had to come home with me. I do not have any shade that looks like this, and again, swatches for these will be coming up on my Instagram shortly. Another product I picked up is an eyeshadow from Inglot, and if you're not familiar with their Freedom system, they have just these square shaped eyeshadows that you can purchase, and this was about £6, while the pigment I believe was £17 or £18. And this is in the shade 428. It's a stunning shimmer, I would say satin shimmery with a duochrome finish blue eyeshadow. It looks absolutely stunning. And again, swatches for this will be up on my Instagram if you're interested. Moving on to things I bought from Superdrug. I picked up another sleek eyeshadow palette. It does come with the sleeve with the shade names, which I'm going to take off, and this dual-ended sponge applicator, which I've already used. And this is what the palette looks like. This is the shade Vintage Romance. I wanted to add some plummy and purple tones to my collection, so that's the reason I bought this. And this matte shade is really nice on the eyes. I've already tried using this, I think, once or twice, and I did swatch this. Again, swatches coming up on my Instagram soon. This is a lovely palette. Not all the shades are equally pigmented, I would say, but some of the shades are really good. So I don't think this is a bad purchase. It was about £12, I want to say, probably around that. Next, I ended up buying 3 products from Makeup Revolution. First one is this gold, I don't know, like a gold bar highlighter, which is in the shade gold. And it's a ingot highlighter. I have no idea what that means, but it just looks beautiful, and I had to because it's gold. I have a weakness for gold eyeshadows or highlighters, so I definitely had to get this one. And it's, I don't know, I can't describe the texture. It is very pigmented, as you can see here, and if I were to swatch it right here, do you guys see how much pigmentation there is on that? You can also shear it out. Please smoothen this. There is quite a bit of fallout or kickback, so be careful, just pick up a little bit. So, you know, high intensity, it can go on like this, and of course it can go more intense if you know, dampen your brush and use it. And then lightly, oops, this is what it looks like. It looks stunning, I feel, and this will look great when I work with deeper skin tones, so that's why I picked it up. But also as an eyeshadow across all skin tones, so that's why I picked this up, but you also get other shades in case you're interested. And then lastly, I picked up the Surprise Eggs by Makeup Revolution. This is, I believe it's called Dragon, the red one. If I were to open it, this is what that looks like. So you get 5 eyeshadows right here and 2 highlighters. Beautiful. I was very pleasantly surprised with the quality of these. And again, swatches for these are already up on my Instagram. So this is what the gold one looks like. This is more like an everyday neutral kind of a palette, if you want to call it. Well, this is more of your berry tone palette, but the highlighters are stunning. My favorites are definitely the 2 in here, and I also like to mix the 2 here, and they just look absolutely beautiful. And in both of these palettes, the highlighter at the bottom is more chunky and more glittery, if that makes sense, while the ones on the top are extremely smooth. So I've applied a light amount today of this top highlighter on my cheeks. I don't know if you can see that, very lightly. So that's what that looks like. It gives a very nice sheen to the skin, which I truly have been enjoying. Actually, I'm going to swipe this yellow one right next to this just to compare the shades. Now there is a difference between the two. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but this one is slightly more yellowy, if that makes sense, compared to the other one. Still gorgeous. I did pick up an extra one for you guys, so let me know in the comment section below if you made it this far, and if you watched this, just include the word egg in your comment somehow. This video goes up on Friday, March 16th. So let me see the dates. I'll keep the giveaway open till 30th of March, so 2 weeks, 2 Fridays from now, and I'll go through the comments and pick a random winner. So again, include the word egg in your comment. So that's it for my haul. If you're interested in a full in-depth review for any of these products, please let me know in the comment section below. But as far as changes for my channel in the next 2 months, I would say, you know, my course starts on April 7th or 9th, one of those days. And it's an intensive 5-week course where there will be classes and demonstration every single day, and leaving just, I think, a couple of Sundays in between. So I'll be definitely super busy those 5 weeks. I may keep you guys posted a little bit here and there on Instagram if I find the time on the way back from the class or something like that, or what I found most interesting on that particular day of the course. So I'll have basically very little to zero time for YouTube. So I do plan on pre-filming before my course starts. In the next 2 weeks, it's going to be really cramped. And I'm going to try and edit as much as possible so that you guys at least have 1 video per week. I may not engage as much by responding to comments like I do right now, but that's just how it's going to be. You know, I understand that some of you may want to unsubscribe because you signed up for 2 videos or more, and that's totally fine. YouTube was never about numbers for me, so that's totally fine. So once I am done with the course, I do plan on making a video about it. You know, what course did I do? What did I study? Was the course worth it, in case somebody else is here in London looking for a hair and makeup course. I am doing the pro course, which means that it includes everything the academy offers. So yeah, it should be a good test of all the different programs that they have. So I will be back sometime around mid-May once I have more time, I guess, but I don't know if I'll be having a placement immediately after or not. But I do want to try and go to IMATs this year. I've never been to any IMATs before, and it thankfully happens right after the course, like within a few days. So yeah, looking forward to that. So there should be some major haul coming your way because I will be obviously building my kit. So I have to get quite a bit of products for my kit, especially base makeup and skincare and those kind of things. And also hair, I think. They take us shopping on different days for different things. most excited about hair and special effects because I don't know much about them and I've always been curious. I love learning new things, so definitely looking forward to those. Anyway, before this video is too long, I'll let you guys go. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me.